Hello and welcome to Feedbackula, the show Cliff Bleszinski described as "Who the hell are you and what are you doing in my house?" This week we're talking Assassin's Creed 3. Yes, I know we did that last week, but I was going to do an episode on the controversy around Tom McShay's Medal of Honor Warfighter article, and trying to write the thing was frankly too depressing. Also, we just reviewed Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, giving 8.5 and 6.5 respectively, so you just know there's an entitled shitstorm coming. Vita first, umbrellas up, people.
OMG, at least this game deserves a decent burial. I mean, video review, :S, ingrates, :P.
You can go ahead and say you are going to kick me off the site or whatever. I am real tired of you and all the other on your site GameSpot that give the review undercut these games. You're far from the real truth about these game. All of the other site rate the games more to the real truth. You and all of the other on your site need take a good look of how you are rate some of this game. I am not trying to make anyone mad or get disc bar from this site. This is just how I feel.
Is this a nice game?
Sweetest comment ever.
Another highly anticipated title that simply can't reach the must-own status the Vita needs. Will the system ever rise from its lack of brilliant exclusives? It needs more than just Little Big Planet Vita and sound shapes. There's few others, in my opinion, to compete in the handheld market.
Will the system ever rise from its lack of brilliant exclusives? Well, now there's a question. Of course, there are some strong properties available on the Vita, and it must be said, not everyone agrees with the verdict delivered by Sean McInnes, but with a Metacritic rating currently standing at 74, will Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation tempt people to purchase one? I'm not so sure. I was tempted to get a Vita for this title, but I'm a bit hesitant now, gorgeous as the game world is. But anyway, less about my ditherings, back to the hateful comments.
I'm pretty sure Ubisoft has made games for handhelds before. I know this is the first AC for the major handhelds. The iPhone as such doesn't count. Maybe this is a learning experience for them, and they will correct everything they can if they try it again. With that, I don't think these games really belong on the Vita or 3DS.
Well, Liberations is good, but it is just monotonous. But god, the graphics are sure amazing.
The frame rate issues Mr. McInnes states foreign telly has not happened to me. The storytelling is alright, but a good portion of the title almost feels like you're having your hand held. The character setup slave/lady/assassin is really novel. Graphically for system really nice.
I will get this just because she is black.
Like GameSpot is so perfect, they should make a game and let's see what would happen, lol.
You know what, Ad Krazox, we decided to take you up on the challenge. Unfortunately, given time and budget constraints, the best we could master was a glitchy Manhunt clone.
Hey, John Nay, how great is GameSpot? Pretty great, right?
Now, at this point, I feel I should try to make it clear that I generally try to find a relative balance between comments before descending on the hysterical masses, but the vast majority of people in this case were either commenting to express disappointment with the game or to have a go at GameSpot for being rubbish. The latter proved far more entertaining, so we're going to run with those for a bit. Like this one, officially the longest comment in Feedbackula history.
A 6.5? Really? It is official. $G is sponsored by $M, and they would do anything to harm Sony's sales. 6.5 for Liberation, shame on them. Despite the fact that there is a day one patch that fixes the frame rate issues and notoriety adjustment. A 6.5? Despite the fact that this time the devs actually bothered to create totally new content, not just cropped down content, and this effort is rated as a 6.5. There was just one fault this game had for half a day before the day one patch, and the reviewer Delabatter Rally focused on that and ignored all the other elements that makes it a masterpiece. One of the best games created for a handheld device ever! And this got a 6.5 to help $M sales for the holiday sales. I am disgusted by the Mass Effect tactics the corrupted $G use in the last year. This 6.5 is a proof beyond any doubt. This and Fables 8. Liberation has a new story, a new set, even some gameplay differentiation. It is more like an expansion rather than a port, as in inferior copy for an inferior machine. Only for that, Ubisoft's work should be commended, not punished. This is the way handheld ports should be, offering the same gameplay and complement/expand it, rather than trying to imitate it and it fail miserably trying doing so. You will see and do different things in Liberation, then you will visit and act using Connor, so the experience playing both games won't be a compromise, it'll add to each other. That was the reasoning behind the different approach. Shame on you, G-Dollar, just shame on you. I hope that you won't fool your viewers any longer though.
Just want to point out that as well as breaking our record for comment length, Inquisitor Crocs has also set a new record for most number of shame on yous in a single comment. Bravo! Join the Navy.
Man, you got your review biased by penalising a game not for what's in there, but what's not there. These are interesting traits that you wish the game would explore in more detail. Yeah, I wish they would, but since they didn't, you shouldn't penalise the game for it and for its muddled storytelling.
Why not exactly? Tired though the metaphor may be, what if the next Call of Duty, Battlefield, FIFA, Street Fighter or StarCraft came out without an online multiplayer element? The internet would be at serious risk of implosion, so why can't a game be criticised for glossing over one of its most exciting features or for lacking a cohesive story? Talking of criticism though, we also received a veritable buttload for giving Assassin's Creed 3 an 8.5 rather than a 9. Let's look at what our commenters were saying before everyone gets overwhelmed by a potent sense of déjà vu, shall we?
Wait, let me just progress this. You folks gave AC3 an 8.5 and gave Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition a 9.5? Are you freaking insane? Smolo.bigo?
I've noticed that GameSpot reviews are becoming a little too critical. Oh well, I'd better check IGN's review.
I feel you, man. Why can't they just write what we want them to write? Damn reviewers being all critical and Kevin do not like Blockbuster's games. Here gives 6 out of 10 to GTA 5. Okay, guys, you do realise that U4 or E6 rating on AC3's review, right? This is ridiculous, especially when the game has scored so high.
No, I don't realise that at all. I've got no idea what you're saying.
Too many bugs? 8.5? That's it, GameSpot. I'm not reading any more reviews from GS.
Words like foibles piss me off.
Bugs and patches? Why not have the complete product in the first place? What the f is going on here? You want our hard-earned money and hours of play, but you can't finish a product for launch? Now you release a patch or bug fix? BS. Get your straight before you sell it. How about that? Haven't you earned enough out of us already? It's the big execs calling the shots to get these games out for profit. Deadlines.
Why are you complaining about a day one patch? It's fixing problems they couldn't iron out before sending the game off to be printed so that you never need encounter them, you cretin.
What? 8.5? This is easily a 9.0. There, thought I'd get that out of the way, as I'm sure that will constitute a significant percentage of sentiment in this title's comments.
So, he's a Native American who's descended from an Italian? Got it.
Not since Codename 47 have I played a game with such terrible controllers. All the other AC games had responsive controllers that felt good. They did what you wanted when you wanted to. Now both combat and climbing makes you feel like a child designed them. Why this huge step back? It's a damn shame. These were good games until now.
What? Serious GameSpot give only 8.5. It's deserved 9.0 or 9.5 because I own all AC series. And I think the best AC series is AC3. The weather, the style of killing, and more like hunting exploring in the jungle. The graphics is beautiful. Smiley face.
Get McInnes in here now. Emir Legend 23 owns all AC series. His score be wrong. Oh. Listen, nobody's telling you not to buy Assassin's Creed 3 just because it isn't perfect. If you want to buy the game regardless of what critics say, that's totally cool. If you think it might disappoint you, but you fancy buying it anyway out of loyalty to the publisher or franchise, that's fine too. Ultimately, we're just trying to give you some perspective. That's all a review is, perspective. Hopefully we can convince you we're decent enough people to have you trust in that perspective, but if not, that's cool too. Be ye man or woman, it's up to you, and we wish you joy of your decision. You c***s. Anyway, I've gone on for long enough, so I shall bid you farewell until next week, if you'll just permit me to share one more comment with you. I saved this one until last for no other reason than the kick-ass idea it puts forward, namely this.
Meh. If they release multiplayer naval battle thing, I would consider buying AC3, but alas, it's more one-button combat and parkour. Snore.
Now, I disagree with the snore part, but man, would multiplayer naval battles ever be cool, even if they did come in the poison chalice that is downloadable content. Anyway, with that, I will bid you adieu, but if you'd like to direct any abuse at me directly, you can reach me on Twitter at JohnAir, leave me a comment, or just use the hashtag Feedbackula if you're that way inclined. Catch you next time.